Do you drag yourself into work? Are you always late to appointments? Do you procrastinate? Do you skip sunnah often? How many of you know you are being tested?
From coast to coast, ICNA Sisters' 14 chapters are welcoming Ramadan through a journey through the Qur'an, from anxiety to assurance, the Quranic path of the Awliya. Today, listen into a highlight from one region and join us all Ramadan one juz at a time. Find a chapter near you at iknasisters.org/chapter-locator.
ألا إن أولياء الله لا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون.
This verse explicitly tells us the reason of our creation, which is to test us. Why? The objective of the test is to see who is worthy of entering Jannah. Jannah is Allah's masterpiece, and He selects the very best for the best place. So, what is Ahsan Amal? Ahsan Amal is not just Hasan deed or a basic good deed. Ahsan Amal is the very best you can possibly do. Ahsan Amal is not what society or trend or TikTok says is Ahsan. Ahsan Amal is not what Shaitan shows as Ahsan. Ahsan Amal is not what we think is Ahsan. Ahsan Amal is what Allah calls Ahsan. Deeds done with ikhlas and ihsan. Those deeds which are based on Quran and Sunnah. Those deeds which are beautiful to Allah and approved by Allah. Those which are performed with the correct intention, with sincerity and in correct manner according to the Sunnah. This ayah is not about perfection, it is about progress. The test is not which one of you is perfect or the best. The test is which one of you keeps bettering himself or herself. It is from the mercy of Allah. He didn't expect perfection. All He's saying is, show me improvement. Now, one of the prerequisites for Ahsan Amal is ihsan. And ihsan is a moral concept which means doing things to your best of ability, doing it beautifully, in an excellent manner, completely and correctly. Ihsan means to do extra, going beyond the minimum required level of good, and to do so willingly and lovingly. Ihsan also means giving more than necessary and taking less than one's right. Ihsan is expected in worship. Ihsan is expected in salah. Ihsan is expected in wudu. Ihsan is an attribute that should be there not only in a relationship with Allah, but in a relationship with our parents, with our spouses, relatives, siblings, and even in our surroundings, even with living and non-living creation. For example, ihsan in upholding of family ties is not just returning kindness for kindness. Rather, it is maintaining good relationship with relatives even when they have cut you off or mistreated you. So the best of you is the one who has ihsan in his actions. Allah expects ihsan in our character, in our commitment, in our communications, and in our contributions. A Muslim who practices ihsan throughout his life is a responsible person, a consistent person, a considerate person, and one who is committed to high quality. Now, we all do actions throughout the day. For example, our amal includes our standing, our thinking, our speaking, cooking, cleaning, laundry, driving kids to school. All these actions are counted as amal. Allah gives us an opportunity to keep them at a basic amal hasan level or to take them to a notch up. Your reward depends on what level is your amal at. Otherwise, actions will be useless. They will become a source of burden on the day of judgment. Think about it. How can your thinking be ahsan? When you think positive, when you think good, when you assume good, when you plan good. Similarly, how can your speech be ahsan? When your words are good, when they're relevant, when they're purposeful, when they're beautiful. Similarly, sadaqah. How can your sadaqah be ahsan? Aisha, she used to perfume her charities. So you could see someone and look away versus you could see someone, smile and say salam and ask, how are you doing? By doing so, you took your amal from hasan to ihsan. You can carry only your grocery bag, but you can also carry it for an old woman in the store. So a person who knows Allah, who knows the purpose of his life, will not waste any opportunity to make his deeds ihsan. Once you realize this, it becomes easier to put in effort. It becomes easier to forgive others. It becomes easier to become focused, and it also becomes easier to stop wasting time. Now, an important point in this ayah is Allah mentions death before He mentions life to give us a sense of urgency that you are in a time frame. Nothing will get your act together than the prospect of you dying. Allah is Qadir. He's in full control of every single breath and every single death. Think of your worldly death as running out of your human life. Imagine sand going through an hourglass. A little of sand is going through it every single second. Similarly, we are experiencing droplets of death constantly, and a taste of it is given to us every night. Our daily exhaustion, our wear and tear of joints, wrinkling of skin, graying of hairs, eyesight getting weaker, aging of all organs, all these are miniature sands falling down in the hourglass. You know what you were capable of doing 10 years ago, you are not capable of doing now, and you're not going to be capable of doing it 20 years from now. So think of it as you taking an exam. You have only 20 minutes left, and you have 15 questions to solve. Some questions are 5 points worth, but some questions are 50 points worth. Which should you spend your time solving first? The questions that are worth the most points before your time runs out. So this is the concept of ihsan amal. The real test is who is able to prioritize the most important, highest yield deeds in their life. Therefore, this verse teaches a very important concept of time management and prioritization. Then after mentioning death, Allah mentions another life, which should be our goal. Here He is referring to the ultimate life of eternity, where there is no decay and death. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us from those whose every deed is ihsan amal. Ameen.
Jazakallah khair for joining us today. Join us again tomorrow as we continue our journey through the Qur'an, one juz at a time.
ألا إن أولياء الله لا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون